Alright. I don't know how much more I'm going to play tonight. I've been having a rough one. Person I'm seeing still hasn't responded to me. Questioning whether or not she's even coming down tomorrow. She already ghosted me today. And then I just got rear-ended, and the driver drove off, and I don't know, man. I just don't know.
The DG cult.
Oh,
Religious
good.
group that forsook the goddess and engaged in devil worship. Their inception dates back to the Middle Ages, evidently the descendants of a family of alchemists living in Crossbelt.
I'll just let this play, I guess.
The cult performed all manner of inhumane rituals and experiments at their lodges, which were spread throughout all the continent. Their goal was to create a divine child and supplant the goddess in the process. To achieve this end, they kidnapped children from all across Cimmeria and used them as fodder for their experiments. Concomitantly, they conducted a number of tests that had no relation to their main goal, which produced some unexpected outcomes. Due to the unspeakably heinous nature of the cult's misdeeds, in 1198, the Bracer Guild, Septian Church, and combined military forces of every nation carried out an operation to wipe them out for good. Only a few of the cult's victims were saved, and though they may be no more, the scars they inflicted throughout the world still remain. The Dominions. The Dominions are an unofficial branch of the Septian Church made up of 12 exceptional knights, known as the Gralsritter. It is said that there will always be 12 members of this group, all of whom possess an ability known as a stigma. The stigmas supply them with supernatural powers on a scale wholly unknown to us. Each knight has their own personal airship, known as a Merkaba, which we believe they use to covertly collect artifacts and carry out special missions, assigned to them by the Congregation for the Sacraments. Iscariot. In Arteria, the Papal Guard is a group under the Congregation for Divine Worship, which stands opposed to the Congregation for the Sacraments. Iscariot is a covert unit within that organization. Their main function is the execution of those who have been branded as heretics, a task that often puts them at odds with the Gralsritter. Though details remain scarce, their members can create multiplex spiritual marks using battle orbments, enhancing their abilities to superhuman levels. Furthermore, it appears that their captain has recently been replaced, but their identity remains a mystery even within much of the church itself. Ouroboros. A secret organization that operates from the shadows all throughout the continent. They are often referred to as simply the Society. They have been involved in virtually every major incident that has occurred in Cimmeria over the past several years. 7 of their highest-ranking members, known as the Anguis, plot out and spearhead the Society's strategies for the purpose of enacting their Grand Master's Orpheus' final plan. The special agents who carry out the groundwork of these plots are referred to as the Enforcers. Each possesses exceptional combat prowess, and despite what one might expect, our intelligence tells us the Grand Master provides them with a considerable degree of autonomy. To date, we have confirmed the existence of 19 numbered Enforcers.
Oh, my back.
The Gardens. An assassin organization that once operated out of western and central Cimmeria. They consisted of 4 gardens. Swords, Thorns, Arum, and Rust. Each of these gardens fell under the watchful rule of a designated overseer. They kidnapped children from various parts of Cimmeria and molded them into fully fledged assassins. The organization's implausibly high success rates are no doubt owed to this cruel system of upbringing. One theory states the Thousand Oathbreaker, an Anguis of Ouroboros, formed the Gardens by bringing together the remnants of the DG cult and a Middle Ages assassin organization called the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Then, after the Oathbreaker left them to their own devices, they formed a coalition with the mafia group Armada and went completely out of control.
Yeah, that all adds up with what we know. Alright, let's continue. Oh.
Damn, where'd that brat go?
Hunt him down! We can't let that lead slip, no matter what!
Dad.
What a fucking day.
Shit! Turns out these bastards are the shoot-first type. I'll draw their fire. In the meantime, you...
Well, this went sideways fast. Still, we can't just let them get their hands on that key.
What the?
Gun her down already!
The fuck is
Pull
happening?
it together. I have to get this lead to Ron. Woman in black?
What are you doing here? Follow me, we're off this boat.
This way! Get a move on!
Ah!
And cut!
Flawless take, girls! Judith, you were fantastic. And Nina, sensational! This scene, where your characters first meet, is gonna be a major highlight. And the camera's loving that foxy, skin-tight jumpsuit. Woo! It's the perfect fusion of eros and savagery.
Director, could you maybe inject a little less sexual harassment into your feedback?
It's an honor to finally be a part of one of your films, Mr. Gotti. These action scenes are so intense. You're quite the visionary.
Don't understate your own talent, my dear. Not everyone could play a role like Michelle.
Miss Lanster!
Oh, crap.
Excuse you?
Well, hello, Dominique. Nice of you to come visit us on location.
Of course. Even in my glory days, I always preferred a hands-on approach. Besides, how could I miss the rare opportunity to observe my granddaughter's acting up close and personal?
Oh, I guess I better pull out all the stops.
Two of the most popular starlets of today, coached by Dominique Lanster, a celebrated singer of yesteryear.
She's not gonna respond till tomorrow, probably.
This is shaping up to be one hell of a movie.
It's a crossover between Golden Blood and Wolves Requiem, correct? That alone is enough to draw anyone in. What else did you expect?
Holy cow! I've never seen the special effects come together so quickly before. And the way you sync the footage is spot on. Where'd you learn this stuff, kid?
It's really nothing special. I'm a researcher at the Basel Institute of Science, so computers are second nature to me. There's a lot of overlap between video editing and the visual analysis we do in observational astronomy.
Huh. We got a regular boy wonder here. The rest of you better start taking notes.
Yes, sir.
Remind me, Van, how exactly did we get wrapped up in this? So this is Messeldom's Harbor District. It's a lot more developed than I expected. Now where's that address Van gave me?
Your destination is roughly 200 ards from your current position.
Right, it should be just around that corner. Okay, you two, let's be on our way.
Oh, there you are. Long time no see, Catra. What's it been? 2 months now?
Just about. It feels nice getting to chat face to face instead of over comms. I'm really glad to see you and Judith haven't changed a bit.
Right back at you, Catra. Are you sure they don't need you at the Institute, though?
Oh, I've already finished my compulsory courses for the semester. I even had enough spare time to upgrade Theo and Zeros.
My processing speed has increased by 15%. Catcher worked hard on it.
That's our little whiz kid for you.
Wow, so you made their AI even smarter, huh?
I also added a few new features, but that's probably more than you would care to hear about. Come to think of it, aren't you in the middle of shooting a film, Judith?
Yeah, production started on location in early January. It's a crossover between last year's two big blockbusters. Directors Gotti and Lam are collaborating on it. We're only working on Gotti's part right now, but the cast and crew's really getting into the swing of things. That means I'll only be able to investigate between shoots. Sorry, Van.
Hey, no skin off my back. I'm just happy you're willing to help. But you know, you really don't need to bother if your schedule's packed.
The bits and pieces I heard about what happened at the Capitol are already too much to ignore. Do you mind filling us in on the details, now that Catra's here?
Yes, I'd like some clarification on that whole affair.
All right, I'll try and keep it short and sweet.
So that's how things went. It's almost too surreal to believe. Dark red beast that resembles the Grendel in Almada's legacy. This demands our attention, especially if the first Genesis reacted. No kidding. I borrowed this one just in case, but to be honest, I don't know how much use it'll be. True, they tend to only glow in Agnes's presence. That strange phenomenon you mentioned is another point of concern. Wish I could explain it better. It ain't easy to put into words. Doesn't sound like we have much to go off at this point. Is the Capitol safe at least? Yeah, I left Agnes and a few other folks I can trust to hold down the fort. If worst comes to worst, Elaine's there too, so they should be fine for now. Understood. Then I suppose the three of us should get to looking for Almada's legacy. Right, it's been too long since I've seen some real action. I'm not about to turn a blind eye to anything involving Almada. Besides, even on a tight schedule, I've always found time for a side gig or two. That's right. A case like this is nothing for Judith Lannister. Let me at them. Did something happen to Judith since we last met, Van? Her Grammy put her through the ringer when she got home in December. Sure, I made a lot of mistakes lately, but who hasn't? I'm doing my best here. The whole scandal with me and Maxime wasn't even my fault. And yet even Mom won't stick up for me. If I don't start showing up some improvement front stage and backstage, I'll never hear the end of it. I don't think I've ever seen Judith like this before. Her grandmother must be terrifying. Oh, look who it is. And we were just talking about him too. Arkwright here. How's it been, Director?
glad you picked up. Judith tells me you're in Messeldom right now.
Sure am. Let me guess, you in some kind of trouble?
I'll say. One of our actors is running late. If we don't act fast, it'll mean major delays in our shooting schedule. And wouldn't you know it, today's supposed to be Nina's first day on the set. We'll need a stand-in, but the role takes a fair bit of physicality, so as far as viable candidates go...
Are you asking what I think you're asking?
I know it's short notice, fan, but be a good sport. Think of it as a little favor from you to me.
For real? With Catra's help, the filming went off without a hitch. The playback looks good. Let's take 5, everybody. Sure saved my ass, Van. I had no idea you were such a talented stuntman. We'll have to shoot some pickups when Ethan gets here, but the whole day would have been a bust without you. That fight scene you choreographed for us was the cherry on top. Heck, I had to get you and Katra on staff. No, it was no big deal. But out of curiosity, do full-timers get access to unedited cuts of the adult scenes? Okay, that's enough out of both of you. Oh, brother. The job does seem fun, though. By the way, what's Grammy up to? Oh, she's helping Nina run lines for the next scene. I'll tell you this much. Bringing her on board really lit a fire under our asses. Dominique Lanster, the biggest chansonniere of her generation. Even after retiring, she still has a finger in every corner of the business. Apparently, she'll only take on jobs when the mood strikes her, but any production she touches becomes a massive hit. That's an impressive resume. She sounds like a woman of many talents. Grammy coaches everything from stage and screen actors to professional athletes. She even has experience planning large-scale events. It's all done behind the scenes, too, so the industry sees her as a legend, a real genius in her field. Who'd have thought we'd end up working with her here in Messeldom? I take you didn't hear about it till the last minute either, eh, Judith? Well, the good news is, we've got a cinematic masterpiece for the ages on our hands. Keep an eye out for the premiere. I gotta run, but I'll see to it that you get paid in a few days, all your help. Now, as for a director, is there? I hope you're able to lighten the load, if nothing else. For sure. In fact, you bought me some time, too. With today's shoot out of the way, I should be free until evening. Alright then. Think we've hung around here long enough. You two ready to roll? First things first, we need to track down Almada's legacy. Of course, that's easier said than done. We should be able to sniff out some clues in town, though. Let's make the rounds and see what turns up. I'd like to poke around Almada's old stomping grounds in particular. Right, as far as Messeldom goes, that place tops the list. Oh, and I spread word about 4 SPGs like you asked, so might have a few of those to do. Good looking out. While we're at it, we might as well stop at the White Whale Inn. There's something in my room that I wanted to show to you guys. It must mean a new software from Marduk. Very well, we can drop in at some point to work through our requests.
Alright, I've got my disguise on now, so I'm good to go.
That could win an award for the worst disguise in history. Didn't you do the same crap in Edith?
How on earth did no one recognize you?
My poor back.
Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to maintenance.
Switching to maintenance mode. That one's a single element slot.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Holocore Karabia, initiated. Commencing maintenance.
Switching to maintenance mode. That one's a single element slot. Skill set updated.
Commencing maintenance. Commencing maintenance. Skill confirmed. Commencing.
Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to maintenance mode. Skill set updated. Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to maintenance mode. Skill set updated. Switch.
Commencing maintenance. Skill confirmed.
Switching to maintenance mode. Skill set updated. Switching to maintenance mode.
Oh, man! I can't believe I get to see a real starlet up close.
Are you still not satisfied with the scene, Mr. Gotti? I can tweak my performance however you like. No, you played your part to a T, Nina. It just feels like we need a little je ne sais quoi to tie things together before cutting to the climax. No shame in asking for advice if you really need it. The whole point of this blockbuster crossover is to raise support for the survivors of Cray Village, right? Knowing that, I'd like to help in any way I can. Looks like Grammy and them are ironing stuff out. Let's not butt in. They've got enough on their plates.
I never realized there were so many people involved in making a movie.
Yeah, it's not just actors and directors out here. Takes a village to make the magic happen.
Okay. Whoa, this is a huge place. Welcome. Can I interest you in our specialty seafood dishes? Here in Messeldom, you can enjoy the taste of Northern Sea's bounty fresh out of the ocean. It's our pleasure to share that culinary experience with those who visit our fair city.
What can I get for you? Thanks for shopping.
The Northern Sea. I'm a little surprised it's not too cold out there this time of year.
I think that's because the flow of ocean currents keeps the port ice-free.
It's like a gateway that connects all the northern countries, like Ohrid, Lemon, and Rimaferia.
Oh, it's Van, and he brought friends. Fancy seeing you all the way at Messeldom. Do you know these people, Van? Yeah, we met a while ago in the capital. They are persuading me to take some fishing gear off their hands. Doesn't seem like we're too pressed about it, the way you've been carrying that rod around everywhere. What can I say? It helps pass the time. What matters is that you're enjoying yourself. I'm just as much of an angling aficionado as these two, so any newcomers to the sport are more than welcome. Same with us. We can make a rare catch that can be found in Messeldom's winter waters. We also plan on posting a pic of it on our social media account afterward. We just launched it, so check us out when you get the chance. Oh, and here's a little something for the road. You should cast a few lines with us if you're up for it.
Let's do this thing.
The ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
Let's do this thing.
Hey!
That's it!
Nice! I got one!
Will do. Okay, let's see what I can catch. Hink! You're mine! Decent catch, I guess.
All right. Seems like a good fishing spot. Let's see how I do. I got it! Not bad at all.
Right.
Oh, you're getting stick drift again. That's annoying. Guess I'll switch controllers. Well, it was a nice run while it lasted.
Why, hello there.
Welcome. Are you from out of town? I've got a wide assortment of goods here that would be perfect for souvenirs if you'd like to take a look. Our shop carries specialty items from Messeldom, Remiferi, and even Northumbria. You're bound to find something that'll tickle your fancy.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
I don't need any of that shit. Oh, may as well buy that.
Please, come back anytime.
Let's do this thing.
Hey! That's it! Nice! I got one!
There, I got the fish. Neat.
This place seems different from the rest of the town.
These are the back streets of Messeldom. I hear this place is kinda sketch.
Makes sense. Almada's old HQ is right around here after all.
What in You never mentioned that this research trip would take us halfway across the country. I was gonna push you back to my next deadline. I mean, take it easy and go cafe hopping. Cronin, you numbskull, you sloppy, thoughtless ogre. Huh? But you're the one who said you wanted to travel around gathering material. If this isn't working out, though, I can always take you back to Edith to work on the draft. Wait, hold that thought. I think I just had a breakthrough. I knew you would, Miss Kokona. That settles it. Let the field work continue. Things always end up like this whenever Cronin's involved. I'll admit, though, even this is preferably agony of artist/writer's block. She's somewhere in his tank and lays around. I didn't realize how crime-infested Messalon's back alleys were. Still, Miss Kokona and her work are depending on me. I'll keep her safe, come what may. I swear it on my life as her editor. Oh, that's right. I forgot I have... I don't really feel like reading all this, but I'm gonna just keep it on the screen and read it myself. According to our intel, this should be Almada's old headquarters, but this isn't exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, after the place got abandoned, it fell under police jurisdiction. Once Almada was out of the picture, they put the building up for auction and another company snatched it up. Some people just have too much money to throw around. They even did some remodeling by the look of it. The sign up there says Zact Arms. Wait, didn't they show up in Aracion? Oh great, those guys. To the public, they're just an up-and-coming manufacturer, but dig deeper and crooked practices all abound. Rumor has it they develop and produce illegal weaponry, distribute archaisms on the black market, and more. Dingo's notebook even mentions they were suppliers to Almada. Guess you've been investigating them too, huh, Katra? I couldn't help myself after everything that happened. Still, to think they would buy up Almada's old property. It's definitely shady, but it's not like they were working directly under Almada. Yeah, all their dealings aside, the company was founded outside of Calvard. On top of that, this building's been searched by the police several times over. I can't really see them leaving any traces of Almada behind. Which probably means no legacy either. Oh well, wanna try somewhere else? Yes, let's.
Okay, the next ship should be...
This is private company property. Unless you have an appointment, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Nothing personal though. I'm only part of the firm the building's owners are outsourcing security to. If you got business with the tenants, just head inside and speak with their representative directly. Good day. How may I be of service? If you're looking to enter the upper floor, I'm afraid you'll need an appointment. I'll be happy to take a message though. Oof, that's as much unloading as I can handle for now. The amount of freight coming in from the north has really been on the rise. Enough about that. Now that we're ashore, it's time to have the night of my life.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot. Haha, let's do this thing.
Oh ho, I ain't seen your face around here before, buddy. Just passing through town. I see you got a lady friend with you right now. How about you give her the slip later and swing back this way? There's a real nice place I can get you into. You got your manly urges, don't you? No shame in that. Gonna have to pass. Why don't you go solicit someone who actually has time to waste? Oh, come on, no need to be like that. Oh now. Hold on a tick. Your lady friend here. She looks like that famous actress. No wait, you actually are her, ain't ya? You know, I'm also scouting for young women looking to, shall we say, market themselves. We could work something out if you like. No, I don't like. Geez, clearly no one ever taught this creep how to treat a lady. He knew it was a lost cause, yet went for it anyway. This is a barker who's never known fear.
Will do.
All right.
Okay.
Last night's client was a bust. I guess there's more and better where he came from, though. Still, the people who visit our club have really gone down in quality lately. Well, whatever. I'll keep turning tricks on my own terms. No more, no less.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Anything turned up on your end? Not yet. Where the hell's that damn brat? There's lookouts posted every way in and out of the city. He has no place to run. We'll find if we have to turn over every last rock in the street. Someone's coming. You know the drill. What's up with those two? It's only during the middle of a manhunt. Something smells off about this. Let's just focus on our investigation for now. We still need to get a handle on the situation in Messeldom.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
What sort of business could you have possibly with me, strangers? You tourists took a wrong turn, or you customers looking to buy some gummies? Don't get all tense. I'm just a small business owner. People bring the demand and I bring the supply. That's all. Is this man talking about what I think he is? Yep, he deals in illegal substances. People say Messeldom was a breeding ground for this kind of thing before the Mafia moved in. Looks like that hasn't changed. Damn, you think they would have wised up after everything went down with Almada? And to top it off, he's using candy as a street name. Gummies. Makes me sick to my stomach. That's the part that gets you? My gummies come in different types to suit each customer's needs. You looking at high as a kite or slow down and veg out? Just let a guy know and I'll share my Rex.
Huh? You're new around here?
Looks like someone doodled. Wait, no. This is called graffiti art, isn't it?
Holy moly! Whoever did this has got talent.
This isn't your everyday establishment. Maybe not, but places like this are a surefire bet for underworld intel. That's about the size of it. Would you rather wait outside, kiddo? There's no need to coddle me. It's only the middle of the day, so we'll just take 3 mocktails. Right away, sir. I didn't realize bars even offered non-alcoholic drinks. Depends on the joint, but it's not too uncommon while it's still light out. Hey, it's pretty tasty, just right for an afternoon pick-me-up. I have to agree. You got some killer skills, barkeep. It's very flattering, sir. I'm not just talking cocktails, by the way. It's hard to tell by looks alone, but you're packing a lot of muscle under that uniform. I also noticed glances you sneak at the door in customers. That's more vigilance than a typical bartender needs. My take's that you double as this club's bouncer. I'm lost for words. Are you perhaps involved in some form of detective work? That's one way to put it. You wouldn't happen to be an ex-Jaeger called Robson, would you? I heard your story from Dingo. You were acquainted with him? That was a telling response. So you knew each other too? Yes, as you presumed, I am Robson. Dingo has done much for me in the past. A shame what became of him. So you already heard the news. Even now, I struggle to believe it. Since you are a close friend of his, it would be my pleasure to accommodate you in whatever I can. That being said, I advise you not to bring his name up in front of the owner. Did something happen between them? In a sense. You see, our club's highest earner used to be a hostess by the name of Mistress. That's the lady from the Blacklight District. Mistress, huh? I know she and Dingo got acquainted while he was in Messeldom, but it sounds like there's more to the story. I can't discuss this too openly, but at the time Mistress was being blackmailed into doing the owner's bidding. Dingo was the one who pulled every trick in the book to secure her freedom. It would seem the owner harbors a grudge over it to this very day. Damn, that's a hell of a history. What brings your investigation here, if I may ask? I'd be happy to answer any questions you have to the best of my ability, Mr. Call me Van. I'm a Spriggan from the capital. Ah, the one from the rumors. I'm here in Messeldom to find something. We're out doing a little info gathering. Have you noticed any sketchy developments here lately, particularly in relation to Almada? The police were scouring the place as part of our own investigation not too long ago. But as far as I'm aware, they didn't discover anything of note. In truth, however, the owner has worked with Almada on numerous past occasions. It was only ever to line his own pockets, however, so he's likely ignorant to their inner workings. Even if he weren't, he's crafty enough to keep police from delving into him too deeply. So he actually gave them the slip? Sounds like interrogating him wouldn't get us much of anywhere then. There are many others in this town that are also connected to Almada in some shape or form. In most cases, however, it was that they were either threatened or exploited. The only people who truly know what went on in Almada would be those who worked directly under them. But the way I understand it, each and every member was arrested at the end of last year. That is the extent of my knowledge. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. Not at all. That gives us a much better grasp of things. Yeah, you definitely saved us some trouble down the road. That pleases me to hear. We'll hit you again if we need anything else. Heck, even if we don't, we might just stop by for more drinks. I'll save you a spot at the counter.
May I help you? Thank you.
Can't help but sense fate's hand at work, bringing acquaintances and dingoes through the door after all this time. Nevertheless, I am this club's bartender, or at times its bouncer. While that regrettably limits the ways in which I can help you, please let me know if you're ever in need. And though this may be worse for me to say as an employee, what's your background, the owner? Almada's downfall hasn't changed the owner's place one bit. I wonder who he's going to make a patsy of this year. Not that's any of my business. I'm just here to make as much money as I can while he keeps the doors open. That's the long and short of it. In some ways, our owner is easy to figure out. As long as your interests align with his, everything's all sunshine and rainbows. Assuming you know how to avoid getting thrown under the bus, that is. I may as well check in here as well. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Show us more of those goods, baby. I knew they saved the best girls from the middle of the day. Duping work so I could come here instead was the right call. Well now, as a new customer I see, it takes a discerning eye to step into our club. No need to be so tense. Release your inhibitions and carouse away. You see entertainment of a more titillating nature, no? This must be the yonder bartender was talking about. He seems like a cheerful guy at first glance. Yeah, gives off a whiff of something unsavory, though. At the very least, he was involved with Almada. It doesn't show on his face one bit. Keep your guard up around him.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Gotta have the Mira if you want the good stuff.
God, I don't give a damn if you're all model or all father. This is my town, you hear? Now, where'd you put that whopper I fished up? It was bigger than a ship, for crying out loud. Ugh. Is this gentleman okay? He must be one of the homeless, the kind that's a little too far gone by the looks of it. The world's no strangers sort of thing. Let's just keep our noses to ourselves and stay out of trouble. About 9 years ago, I happened to lose a childhood treasure mine here in Messeldom. I know the idea seems a little far-fetched, but I'm hoping it's still somewhere in the city. Would you be willing to help me search for it?
I'm really looking forward to the
This theater plays all kinds of movies, including independent films.
Oh, really? Then movie fans must be in love with this place.
They do hold one of the film festivals here. It tracks that they'd want to appeal to film buffs.
The production director Goody put up on at the Tharbad Film Festival last year was met with critical acclaim. That's all well and good, but it caught on so much here that I fear our city will try to rip it off. What I want is for the Messeldom Film Festival to differentiate itself through its unique and original style. Blindly emulating Tharbad Film Festival and attempt to chase its success is something I just can't support. Messeldom Film Festival has long promoted the artistic side of movie culture, and that has value. I just hope they continue putting on the event while keeping those roots in mind. Welcome to Exeter Cinemas, where all are invited to watch their heart's content. As the premier theater of Messeldom, a cradle of movie culture, we offer a wide selection for our guests to choose from. Many associate the city with more niche, artistic works, perhaps due in part to our local film festival. However, we also screen a large range of more conventional entertainment for your viewing pleasure. On a related note, Director Godey's shoot appears to be on schedule. Another masterpiece in the making, I'm sure. The director actually graced our theater with his presence earlier. I even had the pleasure of engaging him in a bit of conversation. My, was it elucidating. His straightforward views on entertainment are decidedly refreshing, not to mention right on the mark. Fuck you. I'm putting the share screen on so you can at least see what I'm doing. Also, I am streaming, so that was very funny.
Fuck you doing, man? Making myself a drink from this.
Hey, Miss Lanster. Thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to give me an autograph. I'll treasure it with my life. Oh my god, this dialogue is so bad sometimes. No, thank you for supporting me. It's always a pleasure to make a fan's day. Smooth one. You know how to please your adoring public. The fact that she was willing to even indulge an admirer like me is just incredible. At first, I was only hoping to sneak a peek at the filming location during my lunch break. Anything more would be just a bother. But then, figuring there was nothing to lose, I asked her to sign something for me in between takes. Imagine my shock when she actually said yes. Oh my god. Okay, can I watch a movie? Aha, I can. Alright. Which movie should I watch here?
I don't know. I'm not even watching your screen.
I have 3 movies to choose from. I can choose to watch Robin, the Lady Justice. It is a legal thriller. Pawn, the Crop Muncher, which is a genre of drama.
Drama.
Yeah, the drama genre. And then Shade, which is horror.
Do the first one.
Alright, I'm gonna wait for you to get to the screen so you can see this movie with me. It's like a minute long, usually.
Thank you for your visit today.
Myself a drink.
That's fine. I'm just waiting for a text message that probably isn't coming anyway.
Will soon begin.
I'm sorry.
Yep, it is what it is.
To the entrance.
Everything okay? Where's my phone?
Don't know. I was told to, I don't know. I was figuring that we were going to have our Valentine's Day date today, but she had to reschedule to tomorrow, and I still just haven't heard from her at all today, so... Yeah, I'm kind of...
Something could have came up. She could be busy.
Oh, I know she's busy. It's just kind of a bummer that she can't, like, spare even 5 seconds to be like, hey, thinking about you or whatever. Like, damn. Just sucks.
I mean, some people are like that. Just, some people aren't.
Well, it's pretty much everybody. It's just, it's something I have to get used to, but I don't like it.
I'm always thinking about you, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you aren't a woman who's going to love me for the rest of my life, so that doesn't really mean as much as you would hope.
I can love you for the rest of my life, no homo. That's right.
So gay.
Gay?
Alright, we're gonna watch Robin, the Lady Justice. Yes, we'll watch it with Judith. Judith is awesome. Oh, sure, we'll watch with Katra too. 600 Mira, fuck, okay. Let's see this movie that's so awesome. Remember, you picked this movie. Robin, a rookie lawyer with a burning sense of justice, is embroiled in a case regarding the attempted murder of a homeless man. The defendant is a high school student named Eric, who is arrested on suspicion of assaulting the man with a steel pipe. He professes his innocence, however, claiming he was knocked unconscious when he stumbled upon the scene of the crime. Eric also testifies that he clearly remembers the face of his assailant. His name is Virgil, who just so happens to be a major witness for the prosecution and an heir to a large local business. The rumor mill paints Virgil as a man with a violent streak, but he has thus far eluded the eye of the law due to his father's influence. In this case, his father applies pressure on the local authorities and a prosecutor's office to give Virgil's testimony precedence in court. He also throws his weight around with other parties involved, including the law firm Robin works for, though this is little to deter her. Unwilling to let this mockery of justice go on any further, she makes her final stand in the courtroom.
As you can see, my client wasn't captured on the security cameras until after Virgil had arrived at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I'm calling the veracity of Virgil's statement into question. I don't believe he arrived in the nick of time to stop the attack. Furthermore, his claim about prying the pipe out of my client's hand strikes me as odd, considering his fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the weapon.
I object.
In light of these contradictions, I think we can safely conclude Virgil's testimony is a sham.
Don't just sit there, Father. Do something! Stop her from spewing this nonsense!
I never thought such vital evidence would come out in the final hearing. Objection! This is clearly a stall tactic on the part of the defense. It's time we brought this farce of a trial to an...
Objection overruled. This evidence sheds new light on the case. The trial will proceed. I do not want to leave even a single stone unturned. Not at this juncture.
That filthy little lawyer's ruining everything. Damn her.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. You believed in me, even when no one else would. But if this all goes south, won't you be in danger?
I'll be all right. Trust me. I'm not backing down until we get that not guilty verdict. People with power and wealth are not above the law. I swear on my badge, I will not allow them to taint our legal system.
So this game apparently features time travel because at the end of the prologue, the main characters fucking died. And
Can I say something before you continue, Jake?
Yeah.
Absolute cinema.
It's even better because, look at the people who I was with. This is Catra. The portrayal of a victim suffering from false accusations from people in positions of power was unfortunately very true to life. The film may have ended with Eric's acquittal, but in the real world, many people in his position are wrongfully convicted. All the more reason why we need lawyers who will seek out the truth, and also expose the people who try to suppress it. Although, I get that's easier said than done. That's why conducting proper forensic investigations is so important. Is so important? I think they meant are so important. This guy's supposed to be a genius. As a researcher myself, I want to do what I can to improve that kind of technology. And that was the lead actress that was in the movie. Phew, watching that... What?
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Phew, watching that makes me remember how stressed I was during filming. I had to reread the script over and over again. There was so much legal jargon, and some of those lines were really hard. It took a lot of practice to get them down pat. Yeah, I get it. Even that lawyer character was wet behind the ears. She'd still be comfortable using that vernacular. I did interviews with real lawyers, and went to see some live trials in order to prepare for the role. It was really educational, and pretty fun to boot. Hey, all the effort showed in your performance. You looked right at home in the role. Yes, I am buying a brochure.
But why?
Because it's collectible and it gets me a trophy probably at the end of the game like it did in the first game. Let's see. Wait. See, the movie brochure. This is what it looks like.
Cinema.
Oh wait, there's a second page to it. Oh, it's just reading more shit. Okay. Can I watch a second movie, or is it only one like in the first game? No way do I have time to catch another movie.
Thank you for your visit.
They're not that long. Speak time in your day.
It was like literally 10 seconds.
Oops.
But yeah, there's apparently time travel in this game. Because the main characters died at the end of the prologue, but then, like, one of the other main characters was like, no! And then, like, random shit happened and time reversed itself, and there was, like, a timeline thing. So this game could be very weird. I understand now why it was split into 2 games.
You should get your money back.
No, I actually love it. This is a great game. Oh, these people practice ballet. Aw.
Aww.
That's cute. And now they're going to talk more about ballet.
Yay.
So what do you want to do tonight?
Probably just watch your share screen and play something.
Oh, you're gonna watch. You're gonna watch me tonight. What?
Well, I'm gonna play Fortnite and just watch you and talk. I only like an hour or so.
Lame. What do we got here? Much I can learn from Father Rodian's tolerant and impartial ways. I have to question the significance of treading into the affairs of those who have lost their way. Surely there must be options other than confronting those who have shown no signs of repenting for their misdeeds. That is a very sinister priest. God. The side quest. Oh, that's right. She wants help finding some shit. For SPG, then you must be the Spriggan. Yeah, from Arkwright Solutions. We just happened to be in Messeldom for some business. Anyway, not to jump the gun or anything, but can you fill us in on the details of your request? Of course. I'm so glad you're here. Let's discuss this where I won't disturb the others. So your request said you want us to look for something important to you? What would that be exactly? Right. I suppose that's the best place to start. I'm looking for a music box. One with a little ballerina on top.
Why, you giving him a Squidward voice?
It has a crank that you can turn to play music. The ballerina will spin even when she's dancing. Oh, I've seen those before. They're so cute. I agree. It was incredibly dear to me when I was a little girl.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to sound.
You see, my father was a busy man, and because I didn't get to see him very often, he decided to have a gift made for me, to remind me of his love. Sounds like he cared for you a great deal. He did, yes. But unfortunately, there came a time when we had to depart from Messeldom. I had no choice but to leave the music box behind. It's been on my mind ever since. I've always longed for the day I could come back and look for it. It's only now, 9 years later, that I've finally been able to visit. So, you're trying to find the music box while you're still in town? Yes, of course. There's no guarantee that it's still here, but if there's even the slightest chance... Even if you can't find the music box itself, any information on where it might be would be more than enough. Does this sound like something you could help me with? Well, I think I got the gist of your request at least. You had no choice but to leave it behind, though. Sounds like something crazy must have happened. Yeah, that does seem a little strange. It's not exactly hard to bring a music box with you. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. There's really nothing more I can say. I apologize. Well... Listen, if there's stuff you feel you can't share, I get it. I mean, dealing with complicated matters is practically our whole business. But at the end of the day, you can't really expect us to head out and search for some music box without having all the info. I didn't mean to. No, I'm just making more excuses. Hey, you didn't have to be so rude about it. Not like I don't get why you're skeptical, though. Is there a reason you can't ask the police or bracers for help? I'd prefer not to complicate the situation personally. I only want my music box back. I did think about trying to get on my own, but I'm a bit hesitant to go wandering around town. Look, I would really like to help you out, but it's ultimately up to our leader here. What do you think, Van? Let's see. She's got reservations about telling the truth. It doesn't feel like it's because of a life-or-death situation. Still, something's bugging me. Not that that stopped me before, per se. What to do? Yep, we're gonna accept it. Alright, we'll take the case. You did go to all the trouble of putting out a 4 SPG. Plus, it might be nice to do some extra legwork while we're in town. Thank you so much. Words can't explain how much this means to me. So, is there anything else you can tell us about this music box? Like, any info at all would be helpful. Well, my memories can be a bit hazy at times, but I'll try my best. As I mentioned, it's a music box with a little ballerina on top. I think it was made of ceramic.
Is that a girl you're giving a Squidward voice to?
It's the same one.
I know, is it a
Yes.
girl?
Yes, it's supposed to be a girl. Yes. Her name is Francisca. Francisca.
Francisca.
Yes, if I'm remembering correctly, I was told it came from a famous workshop here in Messeldom. Oh, you must mean the Orbital Factory across from the public bathhouse. Sounds like that should be the place we start asking around. Well, let's get going then. Gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Okay, time to get
And
to
you
work.
said that that's not probably her voice. It's like, well, they didn't give her a voice, so I have no choice but to make one up.
That's what RPGs are for.
You got it. They should have given her a voice. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate her so much already. I cannot put your screen on my screen while I'm streaming, I think.
Ooh, I mean, you're not missing much anyways.
Yeah, it's just Fortnite. Fortnite.
I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
Oh, you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time! Duel! Duel! Hey, Yug!
Whoops.
He says there's no point to going to other parts of town, but I disagree. Hey, this guy's got a shop. Oh god, I do love this game. It's so fun though. Oh, someone's asking about Aaron Judge. Okay. Let's see if you've got anything, I guess.
Aaron Judge?
Yeah, somebody wants to trade for Aaron Judge.
He's kind of a beast.
He is. I mean, I wouldn't mind trading him if I had a actual, like... Let's see. Do you have anything that would be useful to me? He doesn't really have much of anything. I guess if I wanted to make a deal, it'd have to be involving one of his first basemen, but I really don't like any of them. Could any of those guys be worthwhile? I just doubt it. Not really. So it would have to be him. What does this guy offer? No, I don't want that coal. 50 and 65. Alonso and Cole. Does he have anything else that would even be worthwhile? Like Jazz? What would Tovar be worth? Jazz, Alonso, Tovar? What do you have for prospects?
We get a lot of requests for this next song, and it's coming at you live right now.
Max Meyer. He also has Noble Meyer. How much would those guys be worth? Not much.
Next up, we have our music hour coming to you live across the nation. This next one is a highly requested number. Check it out.
What would he be worth, actually? Yeah, that's not going to be worthwhile to me.
We get a lot of requests for this next song, and it's coming at you live right now.
Cole. How much is he worth, actually? Because that could be worthwhile, too. Oh, no, that's not good.
Next up, we have our music hour coming to you live across the nation.
Is he trying to lowball you on Judge?
It's not that. He just asked me what it would take, so I looked at his roster, and his roster just doesn't have anything of value. Like, he has one player who's like top 30, which would need to be the centerpiece, but that player just isn't good enough on his own, and it's not even really close. I would also need his second and third best players for the values to make sense, but I can't see it being worth him for him to do that. And it doesn't even make me all that much younger, which is the primary goal of me trading him in the first place.
How old is Judge?
32.
I mean, he's still got a good amount of years left in him.
He does. I'll probably end up holding him a year. I was very close to pulling a trigger on something earlier, but the guy I was dealing with, he like pulled out, and he tried to play this game where he would like pull back the players he promised and say, oh, well, I changed my mind. How about we do this instead? I'm like, no, I gave you my final offer. We're not going any further than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was annoying. I don't like when people do that gamesmanship crap. Oh, interesting. Let's do this.
Come again. What would you like?
Buy rare items. No, I don't need any of that.
Come again.
This guy's got a shop too.
Allow me to assist.
Oh, it's an ornament shop. Thank God, I needed one of these. Alright, let's make a defense +1, HP 1, attack 1, break 1, evade 1, strike 1. Ah, shit. I need to have a lot of mirror for all these. Alright, I'm going to focus on the ones that are most important. I definitely need breath. I want chrono drive. Icicle hammer. Tira. Abyssal flame, yes. Shadow Spear is a good one. Argent Thorn. Acid Cloud, I guess. La Crust is better than what I have.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. None of these other ones I really need, but I'll buy that just so I have it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have a chance to buy some of these later, but I need to get the ones that matter most. Alright, now let's open some of these slots up. Okay, and then we just find anything cheap that I can open. Can I open that one? No. Oh, that one I can open. Fire, space, space. Don't have room for that. Cool. Now I can put on new ones.
Hope to see you again.
Alright, let's put on... Ooh. Alright, let's go to my ornaments.
Are you fucking shitting me?
No, they are not, in fact, shitting you.
I started doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And my first hand is literally all trap cards.
Well, I guess you're going to be pushing him into a trap, you know?
Oh!
I don't know what that noise was, but it didn't sound good.
Neither did I.
Oh!
Oh!
That sounded awful. The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm tired, Mom.
Switching to maintenance mode. That one's a single element. Skill set
I'm tired of the game giving me nothing
That
but
one's
fucking
a
trap
single
cards.
element slot. Skill set updated.
And one shitty ass monster.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Actually, let's remove this one and put that here.
Switching to maintenance mode. Switching to maintenance mode.
Alright.
Commencing.
Modifying your ornament, are you?
Let's see. Break. Evade would be better. Actually, hit would be better. No, we need to go with impede. Alright, magic. What kind of magic do I use? Wind, earth, and fire. Let's go with break.
Shard skills updated.
Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. That would be useful. Yeah, let's put the citrine ring on me. Yeah, we'll do that. Because that gives me quite the list there. Quick start, mystical start, and Hawkeye. Wonderful. Alright. Defense. Well, let's go down here first. Anything... Oh, it has to be one of these slots. Okay. Well, that's fine for right now, I guess. Let's see, this is... Oh yeah, this is her. I definitely want hit on then.
Switching to maintenance mode. A new skill I see. A new skill I see. Modifying your orb mech. Switching to maintenance mode. Skill set updated.
We have plenty of those.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Yeah.
Allow me to assist.
Alright, let's sell some of this crap I don't need. Do I have anything else I really don't need? Ooh, no, I should keep all that. Alright, so I need to buy items. Cutlass edge would be better. Ooh, and he also has shoes. Which movement is best? Do I want that one or that one? There we go. I'll need to get more items. Equipment. There we go. That's a better weapon. A response. Yeah, I also got into a small hit-and-run accident while I was driving home from the store.
You fucking serious?
Yeah, I was at a red stoplight, right? I was just waiting for the light to turn green, and all of a sudden I hear a noise, and the car moves. I'm like, what the fuck? I look into my mirror and I see that somebody rear-ended me. So I'm like, all right, well, once I get to the once the green light occurs, I'm gonna get to the I'm gonna pull over because I'm on the far left lane. I can't pull over in the middle of the road. So I wait till the light turns green, I do the turn, I come off to the side, I put on my hazard lights to be like, hey, let's do this, let's get our insurance out and all that. And turned around, there was nobody there. They hit and ran.
Jesus, what a fucking...
Thankfully, there's no damage to the car, and the only thing that really hurts is my back, but it still pisses me off.
You didn't see what the car looks like at all?
Not really, it was dark. All I know is it's a female driver, the car was black, and it was at a stoplight. Yeah. I was pretty pissed off about it.
I mean, I'd be too. Someone just hit me and ran away.
Yeah. So, that was fun. I've had a really great day.
You know what would make your day better?
What?
Tequila?
No. It would not. What would make my day better is if this person would just text me back. That would make my day better.
No.
Whatever.
Let me ask you something.
What voice to give this fucker? A music box with a ballerina. Again, huh? That's an interesting reaction. You know something? Funnily enough, I happened to come across some old paperwork on it recently. So yes, I do. Well, that certainly makes things easier. Let's start with the simple stuff then. I'm guessing it was your shop that made the music box. That's right. It was actually crafted by my grandfather, but the request for it was made roughly a decade ago. The order slip mentioned it was a present for the customer's daughter, who wanted to be a ballerina. Money didn't seem to be an issue for the man who ordered it, though. I imagine he must have been a real up-and-comer. That's why my grandfather felt so much pressure to make it perfect. He poured all of his know-how into that thing. I don't think there was a single piece he was more proud of. Huh, sounds like it's more of a luxury item than I thought. It really is. And considering the last time I looked it over, I imagine it's still appraised at 100,000 mira. His craftsmanship was like no other. Wait, you've seen it before? Yeah, just last month actually. I'm not sure if you'll be pleased to hear this or not, but an antique dealer brought it in. He wanted me to refurbish some parts of the doll that fell off. Talk about a coincidence. I only realized it was my grandfather's work when I noticed his signature on the back. That's what got me digging through our old documents in the first place. Anyway, your best bet is going to be that antique dealer. No telling if he still has the music box, though. Right, if the repair was last month, he may have already sold it. I suppose we at least try to find him, though. Yeah. You know if the guy's still in the area? Well, I've seen him around, sure, but I'd be careful if I were you. He's not exactly known for being the reputable type. Word is, he buys some of his goods through the black market. I've even heard he has dealings over in that underground club in the back streets. Black market goods, huh? That doesn't sound great. Well, it's the only lead we've got right now. Come on, let's head to that club. Thanks for the info, Ivan.
You're welcome.
You are not Ivan. Let's see, where do we go? So that's main quest shit, which I'm not doing right now. Oh my god, I have to run literally all the way across town. Oh, hey, there's a guy I haven't spoken to yet. He has a backpack on. Yeah, you get back to running, buddy. Thank god there's a fast forward button so I can speed across the city.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Got a question for you.
He has a question for you, Jake.
No, Van has a question for them. Normally this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I've got a feeling the owner won't take too kindly to us asking a lot of questions. Might be easier to see if any of the dancers know something. Excuse me, miss? Oh, got a tip for me, mister? Feel free to put it anywhere you want. That's not what we're here for. Ahem, if possible, we'd like to ask you something. Cathro might act like he's all grown up, but he's still just a kid, huh? Oh, you're looking for that guy, are you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's here today. Good. Sounds like we're in luck. But where is he? I haven't seen anyone matching his description so far. Hey, that guy that just walked out of the bathroom. Yeah, that's him. He probably got some business with the owner today. Stops by to sell his wares here every now and then. He uses this place as a sort of hunting ground. Finds suckers are into buying old junk, then pulls them in another room for a sales pitch. So yeah, he's a little bit shady, but he's also a great tipper, and that makes him okay in my book. I see. Thank you. You've been very helpful. Alright then, let's see what this guy's got to say.
Where's the big anime titties?
They're right here. Do you not see them?
Well, let me take it out of the corner and full screen it. Those aren't that big.
And also, this one kind of has some, too. And then there's the pole dancer. She's got some, I guess. Can't go into first-person mode or anything where I'd show you better.
No, I was expecting bigger.
Got a question for you.
Sorry, these people are mostly realistic looking.
That's a shame.
Huh? A music box with a ballerina on top? Damn, about to get it off my hands and now someone takes an interest. You sold it. Yep, gave it to a new owner a few days ago. Sorry, pal. I was afraid of that. I figured it wouldn't be so simple. Mind telling us who you sold it to? The original owner's looking for it. The original owner, huh? Yeesh, I want nothing more to do with that mess. He was some old lady. Pretty sure I saw her wandering around over by the docks this morning. Think she was wearing a yellow scarf. Thanks for the tip. By the way, what did you mean by get it off my hands? From what we heard, the former owner of the Orbital Factory put a whole load of effort into that thing. The old man was pretty famous at his trade, wasn't he? I kinda expect people to be banging on your door for it. Yeah, well, I thought the same thing. Hell, that's why I bought it in the first place. I even brought it down to the club to try to sell it to somebody who might be into antiques. Only thing is, every one of them told me that the music box comes with a lot of baggage. Baggage? What do you mean by that? Sorry, lady, but if I tell you, I'd be wrapped up in it myself. Anyway, make a long story short, if I couldn't sell it to some sleazeball, I figured I'd just target your average Joe instead. That's how I finally managed to get rid of it. Not sure I feel that you're selling something with a sketchy history to the general public. Anyway, we should try to find the old lady and see what she can tell us. Yeah, if we're lucky, she might be willing to make a trade. Sounds like a plan. He said she was over by the docks. Let's go take a look.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little...
Not now, stripper.
The ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it?
Just an elderly lady?
Let me ask you something.
Oh, a music box with a ballerina? Why, yes. I actually just purchased something like that the other day. Looks like we're on the right track. That music box brought back a fond memory of mine. I was so moved when I saw it. I thought, surely Eidos must be guiding my hand. You said it brought back a fond memory? Well, you see, I used to teach ballet several years ago. I suppose it's been over a decade by now. One day, a little girl I used to teach brought in that exact music box. She said her father had given it to her, and that it was her prized possession. Oh, you should have seen the glow on her face. I was a bit surprised by how lavish it was, but just seeing her enthusiasm was enough to make me smile. How lavish? Unfortunately, a lot happened after that. Her family was separated, and everything in their home was auctioned off. When I saw it, I could hardly believe something so dear to her had been sold along with everything else. I thought, why not buy it myself in case I get a chance to return it? Her family was separated? I wonder what happened. Wait a minute, the girl you're talking about must be... Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Did this student of yours happen to be named Francisqua?
Francisqua?
How did you know? I think I'm getting a clearer picture here. Goodness, what a wonderful coincidence. It seems Eidos really was calling me to buy that music box. My house isn't very far from here. Let me go and get it for you all. That'd be great. Sorry again for all the trouble. If you'd rather not make the walk by yourself, we don't mind tagging along. Oh, my old ballet teacher. I thought I'd never see you again. It's been far too long. I've missed you so much. If no one else, I always hoped I'd at least get to see you again someday. I felt the very same. Though it may be a little more than happenstance, I'm so very pleased to see you again. My, look at how you've grown. You've become such a fine young lady. I see you're still as quick to tears as when you were little, however. Oh, you. A reunion after 9 long years. I'm getting a little misty-eyed myself. She must be overjoyed. Sorry to interrupt your get-together, ladies, but I've got the music box you were looking for right here. Mind checking to make sure we have the right one? Oh, I'm sorry. I was so wrapped up in the moment. Let me take a look. There's the fucking ballerina. Yes, that's it. That's the one my father gave me. It's beautiful. I can tell your dad really cared about making you happy. The melody is rather nice as well. The crank turns just fine, so there's no need to worry about the inner mechanisms being broken. That's a relief. I can't tell you how much it means for me to have this back. And to think you even brought my old teacher along. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you. Thank you so much for all that you've done. No thanks need to be on the fee for our services. You know, I actually thought that music box might have been the other thing we were looking for. But I didn't catch a single whiff of anything fishy, so I guess not. Huh? You thought it was related to Almada? What in the world made you think that? It was just a nice gift from her father. Francisqua, It's okay, ma'am. We're just fixers who happen to have a few run-ins with Almada in the past. It wasn't until we were in the middle of investigating that I started to realize what was actually going on. I see. So you figured it out already. To be honest, having to keep it from you was starting to eat me up inside. If it's okay, I'd like to explain. Yeah, I'm still a little clueless over here, so that would be great. Several years ago, my father was the most powerful man in Messeldom's criminal underworld. His name was Enrique, Almada's former boss. Enrique? Why does that name sound so familiar? I think it was written in Dingo's notes. I see. So your father had the music box made for you over a decade ago. Then, a year later, Dantes took over Almada. I suppose all this took place while your dad was still at the top of the underworld then. To be honest, the rumors I've heard about him aren't great. You're right. My father did many horrible things while he was with Almada. He used to be a traitor, but his craftiness got the better of him. That eventually led to his takeover of the Mafia. These days, he'd be considered a bit player in the grand scheme of things. But there was a time when he was feared, even outside the city. However, my mother and I only ever knew him as a kind and gentle soul. Just like what he did for me with the music box. All he ever wanted was for us to be happy. Well, people aren't always what you see on the surface, that's for sure. Yes, even so, the people of this town hold his name in contempt. To this day, there are many who carry a grudge against him. I was scared of what they might do if they found out who I was. And that's why you didn't want to ask anyone else for help, right? Yes. Hold on. We read something in a few notes a while back. It said all of Enrique's family and connections were killed. The truth of the matter is that Francisca was the only one who survived. 9 years ago, my parents risked their lives to help me escape. However, in a town completely under Almada's control, there was nowhere for me to go. That's when an informant came to save me. I gotta say, this voice is biting me in the ass. Why did it have to be polar opposites? Ow.
No one's forcing you to do it.
No, no one is, but I am committed to the bit. Ugh. But I fucking hate that. I thought it'd be just like, oh, you know, like every other side quest in Trails. Like, I'd only have to hear them talk for like a minute or two. But they're like going into this whole-on fucking spiel about a fucking ballerina box. And this is actually like story relevant in some ways. Because the character they're talking about was mentioned last game by Dingo, who's a photographer who is kind of central to some of the plot that goes on. And the guy that they're talking about is one of the head honchos of the mafia that we basically took out in the last game. So this is backstory for that guy, and it almost paints him in a somewhat sympathetic light, which makes him a little bit harder to vilify, even though he is still an asshole. He told me it was the least he could do to make amends for selling info to Dantes. Hey, that sounds like Dingo. Yeah, it must have been him. Only somebody Dantes thought highly of could have gotten her out alive. I suppose that makes sense. Wait, you know Dingo? Yeah, he was working neat as a reporter for a while. Still did informant work on the side, though. Me being a Spriggan, it made sense for us to do business, but in some ways, he was also kind of like an older brother. This has been an incredible day for coincidences. I owe him a debt of gratitude as well. You see, several days after the tragedy befell her family, Dingo appeared to me once more to say, Francisca wanted me to tell you something. He wanted me to know that she was safe, but warned me to act as though she were dead. Ever since then, I've kept Francisca in my heart. I could only pray that we might meet again someday. I see. Makes this reunion all the sweeter, huh? Is it possible that Dingo's still in the capital? I always hoped I'd be able to find him someday. He introduced me to a family that took me in as a foster child. You don't know this because you didn't play the past game, but Dingo's dead, so this is not going to end well.
Why are you spoiling it for me?
It's not really a spoiler. She doesn't know this, but anybody who's played the previous game knows. He died, and it was actually kind of a brutal moment because towards the climax of that first game, there was a scare. Like for one of the first missions of the game, you go up to this farm town, right? It's a small farm town, like hodunk, middle of nowhere. Just a cute little place you'd see from any JRPG ever, right? Well, near the climax of the game, the main villain goes to that town and is basically going to blow it up with a nuclear bomb. And the photographer, Dingo, goes up there in an attempt to stop him, even though he can't do shit about it. He's like, no, don't do it! I'll expose you! And it's like, well, I'm going to blow up the world anyway, so I don't give a shit about you. And then he blows up the entire village, and Dingo dies. And it's such a sad moment, because Dingo is a fucking awesome character. If not for his connections, I might never have had a family again. Unfortunately, searching for him while Mata was still around was too dangerous. I've always regretted not telling him how grateful I was. Well, what's wrong? The thing is, Dingo passed away. It happened last year while he was still trying to follow up on Almada. In the end, it's because of the information he left us that we were able to fight back against Dantes. Oh dear. That guy was one hell of a reporter, that's for sure. Even helped me out sometimes, too. There's Dingo, the guy in the middle. A lot of what I know is through hearsay, but he looked like a really great guy. I remember he saved Marielle when a politician targeted her for digging into his affairs. Yeah, he was the kind of guy who was always one step ahead of everybody else. So flawless you almost hated him for it. And he cared about other people to a fault. No matter what happened, you always knew you could count on him. Based on what he did for you, I guess he'd always been like that. Yes, even though he tried to feign disinterest, I could tell he was a gentle soul. But why? Why? Waluigi time. Oh, fuck. Why did it have to be happening to someone like him? I lost everything, and now Dingo too. I never even got to thank him. Oh, Francisqua. I know it hurts, dear. Everything will be alright. Wherever he is now, I'm sure he knows how you feel. Please tell me this is almost over. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so emotional. I'm sure he meant a lot more to you than he did to me. You got nothing to apologize for, except for rambling forever. It's good to know there's one more person out there who misses him just as much as we do. I'm glad I finally found the courage to come to Messeldom. Now I can finally drop this shitty voice and start talking in my natural one. I've gotten back to so much what I lost. Irreplaceable things. It's all thanks to you. And despite knowing that Dingo is gone now, even if I can't thank him in person, least I can do is continue to live my life looking forward. Sounds like a good plan. Not sure that's what he'd want for you too. Well, that was certainly unexpected. I know, her voice changed like mid-conversation. Yeah, I'm glad we just had to take her on her case, though.
That's one job behind us.
That's hilarious. I got so tired of her speaking for so much, I decided to just on the fly just change her voice at the last second, and all she did was say like 2 more lines. It's fucking cinema.
Absolutely cinema.
Ugh, fuck that. That is the last time I give a silly voice to a side quest character. I thought that it would be like the previous game where they didn't talk forever. God. Ah. She's still there. I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just sitting here with my eyes closed. I'm tired, man.
I understand, yeah. Sorry, I'm not too talkative or entertaining tonight. Too many things going on in my head that not worth talking about.
Dude, you're fine. I feel like that's me half the time.
Well, as of right now, I mean, she still hasn't messaged me, so I might be available tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? I was planning.
Messages. She's probably.
What?
I'm sure she's probably just busy or something, dude.
I guess, but not even take 5 minutes to be like, "Hey, we're still on for tomorrow, right?" Like, come on. Like, this is just basic fucking courtesy. Like, no matter how busy you are, you can always find 5 minutes. I'm always busy, and I still find 5 minutes to send messages to people when I'm talking to them.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know her or what's going on.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I get people are busy, but even just a quick, hey, I'm busy. Great. That would save me so much trouble. Instead of wondering if I've been, ghosted or blocked or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Messenger, bro.
Well, I wish you had messaged earlier regardless, because now I can't possibly make plans for tomorrow because now it's past 9 o'clock. I was going to make reservations for the dinner or whatever, but since I don't know if we're going to be able to even do anything, what's the point in making reservations? I'd have to cancel them if she doesn't show up.
Right.
Can't win for losing.
I'm sure she'll message you, bro.
Well, whatever. If she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't. At this point, I should just expect it. Anyway, good night.
See ya.